Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This video is a full guide for dropshipping for beginners for 2024. If you're just getting started with dropshipping and you don't know what to do and you're kind of confused, this video is going to go over everything from finding the product to launching your ads and everything in between. So by the end of this video, you're going to know how to do absolutely everything there is. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, it's @ecommarco. And without further ado, let's go straight into the video and let's get started. So if you're a complete beginner, the very first thing that I want to explain is how dropshipping works. A lot of people consider dropshipping a business model. A lot of people think it's some sort of scam, and I keep getting questions about whether you order the products to your house and then you ship them out yourself, or if your supplier ships them out for you. So I want to clear all that up. So the business model we're doing is e-commerce, which basically means just selling anything online. In this case, more specifically, we're selling physical products, and dropshipping is just a term that means we are not holding any inventory of the product. We are not buying the product in bulk. All we're doing is just marketing the product, and whenever we get a sale, we're just paying our supplier and they're directly shipping the product out from their warehouse to our customer, and we never have any interaction with the product. We're never touching the product. We're never going to the post office to ship it out ourselves or anything like that. That is all handled by the suppliers. So all we have to do is market the product and sell it, and that's literally it. All right, so hopefully that clears it up. Now that you know what dropshipping is, the very first thing we need to do when it comes to dropshipping is find the product we're actually going to be selling. And in order to find the product you want to be selling, I first want to take you over the product research criteria, and then we'll go into the product research methods. So let's hop over to my screen and let me show you guys the product criteria. All right, so unlike most other guys that show you product criteria, you can see this list is very short. There's only 3 bullet points and nothing else. Most other lists are gonna be like 10-point lists, and I have a really big problem with them because when I first started dropshipping, I would look at these like 10-point lists, and any product I found, I just couldn't take it through the list without it like failing at some point. So over the years, I developed my own criteria, and this is literally it. So the very first thing we want to know is we want to make sure that the product is selling well. Now there's many ways you can kind of determine if the product sells well. I don't want to give you guys like specific numbers or things to look out for, but if you can see a lot of ads for the product on social media, if you see a lot of videos with a lot of views, if you see a lot of Amazon listings, AliExpress listings, and they have hundreds or thousands of orders, those are all really good signs that the product is selling, and the more of those there are, the better. Now there's also the question of product saturation as well, and a lot of times people will tell you that certain products are oversaturated, and while that is true a lot of times, there's a lot of times where it's not true. And as a beginner, I would actually advise you to test all the products that just fit this criteria, no matter the saturation, because sometimes you run into a product where you thought it was super saturated and you test it and it just does really well. So don't worry about product saturation that much. Just focus on these criteria, and any product that fits it, just test it out. All right, so our second criteria is the product has good margins, ideally 60% and up. All right, so what I mean by the 60% margin, so if you find the product on AliExpress and let's say it's $7 for the product and it's $3 shipping, that would be $10 total. Now what COGS means basically means cost of goods sold, which basically means the total price that it costs you to fulfill 1 unit of the product. So if that is around $10, you want to make sure you're selling the product for at least like $30, because that's around the 3x markup, and that's going to give you around 60%, 70% margins. If your margins are 50% or below, it's extremely hard to make any product work, no matter how good everything else is. Just because you're going to be spending a lot of money on ads, and by the time you account for all the expenses, you're going to be left with very little profit. So always make sure your product has at least a 60% or ideally higher profit margin. I know some of you understand this perfectly, but for some it might be confusing, so I just wanted to simplify it a bit more. Basically, if you're selling the product for $30 and you're paying $10 to fulfill the order, you're going to be left with $20 of profit margin, which basically means if there weren't any expenses, this is basically the profit that you'd be keeping for every sale. Once you can see these numbers, you just want to make sure that your profit margin number is at least 60% of your sale price. So $20 is 66.6% of $30. Now I don't like that number, so we're just going to pretend it's 66.7, but you get the point. As long as it's 60% or higher, you're good. The last criteria we have for products is it solves a problem. Now this is not a 100% necessary thing. This one is more so optional. The first two are very, very necessary, and you need to have the first two for every product you're testing. But the third one, the solves a problem thing, it's always a plus if you have it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the case. If you're selling something that helps people with back pain, they're more likely to spend money on it, as opposed to if you're selling a fidget spinner. That's just a fun product. But that's not to say that fidget spinners wouldn't sell. Sometimes you have some stupid toy that just sells extremely well. That's why I don't want you guys to be way too stressed with this. If the product fits the first two criteria and it solves a problem, awesome. If it fits the first two criteria and it doesn't solve a problem, still test it out and see how it goes. So this is literally all there is to it when it comes to product research criteria. Things like it shouldn't be an electric product, or it shouldn't have different sizes or colors or whatever. But the truth is, electronic products sell products with different sizes sell, products with different variants sell. It's just going to be slightly more difficult for you for the fulfillment part, because you're going to have to pay attention to the sizes and everything and make sure you have a sizing chart. If it's an electronic product, you might get a little bit more refunds, but overall it's not worth skipping the product just because of that. So these are the only 3 criteria that matter. Everything else realistically doesn't matter that much, so don't pay too much attention to it and don't stress too much on the product criteria. Loosen up your product criteria as much as you can and just stick to these and just test anything that fits this, because trust me, that's a million times better than you just kind of looking for products and not being able to test anything because it just doesn't fit any of the criteria when your criteria list is like this long. So don't waste your time with that. Just focus on this and you're good to go. All right, so now that we know what to look for in products, we're going to go into product research. So the first method for product research is going to be a paid method, and it's a tool called Minea. This is one of the best product research tools out there because it allows you to browse through a lot of different ads. It allows you to filter through them and see what different dates they were published on, what different languages the ads are in, how many likes, how many comments, shares, reactions they have, whether or not the ad is a dropshipping product, etc. So it gives you so many different options, and it just makes product research a lot easier. So if you have the money for this is definitely worth investing. And they do have an affiliate link for it in the description, which I think you guys will save 20 or 30% a month. I'm not too sure. Or you can also just use code Marco20 and you'll get a discount. So if you want to use the ad, I'll leave a link for it in the description. But basically all you're going to be doing here is going into the ads section, which is the one I use the most. There's other sections as well, which we'll go over in a second, but here you want to go through and let's say you want to see Facebook ads. We have some preset filters right here, which we can use to kind of look for products. So this is going to give us the products that have been doing the best in the last week. This is going to give us the products that have been doing best in the last month. And this is going to give us some seasonal products. So we can kind of browse through these, and these are definitely good to use. Or what we can also do is filter it out ourselves. So we can go through the dates, and let's say we want to do the creation date. So the ad has been created between the 1st of December and today. And let's click apply. And now this is only going to give us ads that have been made in the last month. Then we can filter it out here, and we can say we want to filter it by likes, and it's just going to give us the most liked ads in the last month. And as we can see, there's a lot of different ads right here, so we can go ahead and filter them down further. So let's say we want to do e-commerce platform is Shopify, click apply, and this is going to give us more dropshipping ads. Another really cool feature is the dropshipping thing at the bottom, and if you click this, it's only going to give you dropshipping stores. So now we've already filtered the ads out quite a bit, and any one of these ads that we see is most likely doing well because they've been created in the last month and they've already got tens of thousands of likes, which means people have been spending money on them, and they wouldn't be spending money on them if they were not making money from them. So we can be sure that these products are selling, and they're selling right now, which means we can hop onto them and start selling them ourselves. Then you basically want to go through here and just start scrolling and start checking out these ads. So we will click on this one, and then you want to click on the see more thing. And now here we have a couple of different options. So we can see the Facebook ad post, which is going to take us straight to the Facebook page, and here we are on their ads. So they literally made the ad on the 2nd of December, and it's already got 13,000 likes, so we know this is doing really well. If we go back, we can also click on shop now, and this is going to take us straight to their website, and here we can see what their product page looks like, what they're selling the product for, and we can get some ideas for what we can do with our product page. Then if we go back, we can also scroll down and kind of track the performance of the ad over time. So it started off pretty slow, but it picked up really fast and got over 10,000 likes in like 20 days. If we keep scrolling down, we can see the countries they're targeting, the ages, and then if we scroll all the way down, we're going to see the magic search option. And this feature right here is extremely good because it gives us different ads of the same product, and we can see what the other competitors are doing, which can give us more ideas for our own ads or our own product page, etc. And we can also find more content for the product. So if you're going to be making your ads yourself, you can go here and just find a lot of content for it and then make your own ads out of that. There are a lot more options that you can do on Minea. I don't want to bore you guys, but for the most part, this is all you do. What I would do next is go to TikTok and then do all the same filters, or just filter it by the weekly winners. It doesn't really matter what you do. I don't want you guys to be super obsessed with the filters you're doing. Our main goal is just to see products that are doing well, and then we want to take them through the criteria, and we just want to make sure that they're selling well and that they have good margins. That's it. So any way you can find the product is good, as long as the product fits the criteria. So any filters you do are fine. Just be creative, play around with the filters, and just try to get yourself to see as many products as possible. And you want to be doing product research for like 30 minutes to an hour every single day. I know it's a little bit boring, but it's really something you have to keep doing continuously. It's not something you can do like one day and then just never do it again. Product research you have to keep doing consistently because there's always new products coming up and there's always new trends, and you want to be up to date and you want to know what's going on in the market. So just set a goal of doing like 30 minutes of product research a day and just stick to that every single day. One more cool feature Minea has that might be useful for some of you guys is it has this generate for Shopify button. And basically when you click this, it's AI powered and you can choose the language you want, and it's going to give you the title for the product, the description, the key features, the images, and you can literally link make your Shopify store and just import it straight to Shopify from here, which can save you a lot of time. So that's a really cool feature if you guys didn't know. And also, if you go to the dashboard, you can also see some popular lists that they pre-made that you can go through and just kind of see some trendy products. So there's really a lot of features and a lot of ways you can find products. It's just about keeping it fresh, keeping it creative, and just always switching it up and just applying the criteria that I gave you guys earlier in the video, and then just being consistent with it. And that's literally all there is to it. All right, so that was the paid method of finding products. But if you guys are broke like I was when I was getting started and you can't afford a product research tool, then all you want to do is go over to TikTok, make a brand new account, and go to the search section and just type in TikTok made me buy it. So just TikTok made me buy it, no spaces, nothing. And then you want to look for products that look like dropshipping products. So here are the results that came up. The first one that we see is a very popular dropshipping product, especially now on TikTok. So all you want to do is you want to make sure you're watching these videos all the way through, you're liking them, and you're saving them. You can do this on your phone. I'm just on my computer at the moment, but basically the way TikTok optimizes your homepage or your For You page is based on the content that you interact with the most. So if all you do is watch videos of certain products and you like all of them, you save all of them, TikTok is going to start giving you more and more similar products, and your feed is just going to become a product feed. So if you make a brand new account and all you do is interact with products on it, it's going to keep giving you more and more product. Now, the only important thing with this is you want to make sure you're never watching or interacting with other types of videos. So if you're watching the video for this smart doorknob and you scroll down and the next video is some hose shaking their you just want to scroll instantly and just get away from it, because if you watch that video, it's going to keep giving you more similar videos, and you don't want to de-optimize your profile. So just skip all the videos that are not related to the products and watch every single one that is. Now, this free method does suck a little bit because you have to be careful of that, but that's the price you pay for not paying for the product research tool. And yes, having a paid product research tool is much, much better, because not only is it going to give you the ability to switch between them, but you're also going to be able to see products that you wouldn't see on your feed normally. So if you have the money, definitely invest into a good product research tool. But if you don't, this is a good enough way to get started. And as soon as you start making some money, then you can invest it into product research tool and you can just go from there. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the product research. Now, I already chose a product that we're going to be using as an example for this video, and it's this turtle pillow shell thing. So here's a short video of it. Basically, it's like a backpack or pillow that you put on yourself, and it just looks like you have like a turtle shell on your back, and you can just use it as a pillow or whatever. It's a pretty interesting product. It doesn't necessarily solve a specific problem, but it's very interesting and people are ready to buy stuff like this. So it does sell relatively well. And this is the product on AliExpress. So we can find the cheapest version for $13.38. The most expensive one is $137. And yeah, it ships between 14 days, it says. So not too bad with the shipping. And yeah, this is the product we're going to be using. This is the competitor that's currently selling this product, and this is their product page. So we can use this to kind of have some inspiration for our own store. And now that we chose a product, the next step is going to be creating the store for it. So let's go straight into that. All right, so in the description of this video, I'm going to leave a link that's going to take you straight to this page right here. And this is going to give you 3 months of Shopify for $1 a month. So this saves you around $90 or so. So go to that link, and then it's going to take you straight here, and it's going to ask you for an email address. So I'm just going to enter it real quick, and I'm going to click start free trial. The next thing it's going to ask us to do is to create a Shopify account. So we're going to do sign up with email. We're going to paste the email right here, and then we're going to set up a password for it. And once we're done with that, we're going to click create a Shopify account. And now Shopify is creating our site. So I'll be back with you in a second once that's done. And actually, it's basically done right now. So that took a few seconds, and here we are. So right now we're in the back end of Shopify. So I'll take you guys through the Shopify setup. So here it's going to ask us to get started and answer some questions. We're just going to click I don't need help setting up. And now it's going to give us this checklist right here. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to click select a plan right here. Then you want to choose a plan you want to go for. Most of you are just going to go for the basic plan though, because it has all you need. So we're going to click choose basic. And then here it's going to ask you for your card details. So I'm just going to enter that real quick, and I'll be back to you guys in a second. All right, so I just paid for it, and this is the screen it's coming up with. So we're just going to click skip right here. And now it's going to take us back to our home page. So the very first thing you guys want to do is you want to make sure that you go into online store. You want to go into preferences, and you want to remove the password from your store, which you can do by just scrolling down and then just clicking this button right here and clicking save. You can't do this unless you enter your credit card details for the store. So that's why it's really important to do that at the beginning. And now your store is going to be open for everyone that wants to visit it. So now we're going to go back to home, and we're going to go into the settings, and here under store details, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure the currency is correct. So it's currently giving me my local currency, but you actually want to do US dollars if you're selling to the US, and that's all the way at the top. So we're just going to click that, and we're going to click save. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to go under payments, and here you want to make sure that you connect the proper payment gateways. So either Shopify payments or Stripe, and you also want to use PayPal, or depending on the country you live, it might be slightly different. But if you live in the US, UK, Australia, Canada, just go for Shopify payments and PayPal, and you're good to go. The process of creating your Shopify payments account or PayPal account takes a few minutes, so I'm not going to go into that right now. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to go into them and just register and just give them all the details they ask of you, and you're good to go. The next thing we want to do is we want to go under checkout, and here we just want to follow along and just click everything that I'm clicking. So just watch the video and just do exactly as I do. So first we're selecting the contact method that we want to allow our customers to buy with. I prefer unticking this thing right here, and for the contact method I prefer using email, although both are fine, so this one isn't that important. Under customer information we want to do only require last name. Company name don't include. Address line 2 we want to leave as optional. Shipping address, phone number, this depends on your supplier. You can either not include it or set it as required, or you can also leave it as optional, so it's up to you and the supplier you're using. So leaving it as optional is usually the safest bet. For the marketing options we want to do email, and you want to pre-select this. Tipping is fine if you want to have it. I usually don't have it on, but if you want to, you can turn that on as well. Then here you want to leave all these 3 on. You also want to leave these 2 as they are, and this I would recommend you keep as it is for now. If you go ahead and you set up your email marketing, then you can turn this off, but for now you want to have this on. And that's pretty much it for the checkout. We're going to click save. Then we want to go under shipping and delivery, and here you want to click on this, and here under shipping you want to have one zone, which is international. You want to click add rate, and you want to name it free standard shipping. You want to leave the price at 0. You want to set up your own rates, and you want to click done. Now this is going to give us a free shipping option. If you want to play around with it, you can also add more options, so you can have something like premium shipping, and you can price this at like $2.97, and this gives people an option to just give you more money. You're not going to ship it out any better than you would the free one, but you're just going to get an extra $3 for every order, so that's a good trick to kind of increase your average order value. And we're just going to click save. It is also fine to just charge for shipping and not have a free option. It just depends on the product you're selling and the pricing, and you can play around with this as much as you want, but this is like the safest setup. You just want to have a free shipping option and then one paid one where you can just get more money from people that are willing to pay for premium shipping. Now if you actually have multiple options and you can actually give them faster shipping, then definitely do. But a lot of times you won't have it, but they will pay for it and you'll just get the money for nothing. So it's up to you. This is optional, but it will help you with your margins a little bit, so it's not bad to have this on your store. Then the next thing we want to do is we want to head over to domains, and here you want to click buy new domain, and then you want to type in your store name, so Blivio. And as you can see, the store name is not available, but we could get blivio.shop for $10 a year, or blivio.store as well, so those are good options as well. You don't need a .com. It is better if you have a .com, but it's really not a major difference. A .store or a .shop are going to work as well. Or what you can also do is you can do blivio-shop and then have that as a .com as well. It's really up to you. The domain doesn't matter much, and you don't want to waste money or waste too much time thinking about the domain, so just keep it simple. Use a .store, .shop, .com, .co, or just add something onto your domain so you get a .com and you're good to go. Now I'm not going to actually buy a domain because I'm not going to be using this store and I don't want to like throw away $15, so we're just going to exit out of it here. Basically you just pay for it and it's already connected to your store and you're good to go. Now the last thing we want to do in the settings is go to policies, and you just want to make sure that you generate these refund policies and everything like that. So you can just click create from template, and it's just going to make a template one for you. So what you want to make sure you do is you just want to go through these, and whatever you have these things in brackets, you just want to either fill them in or just delete them. So in case you don't have a company and you're using your personal address on your store, it's going to pull that up and it's going to put it into these. So just make sure you delete that, and you just want to repeat the process for all of these. And once you're done with all of these, you're good to go, and you can just click save, and that's pretty much it. So now we're done with the settings, and now we're going to go ahead and install some apps. So let's go over to settings. Let's look on apps and sales channels, and here we're going to have some apps that are already pre-installed in our store, but we want to go to the Shopify app store, and the first app we're going to install is TikTok. So we're just going to click install right here. It's going to ask us to add the sales channel. We're just going to click that as well, and that's it. So now you would want to click on set up TikTok marketing. You would connect your business manager, you would connect your TikTok ads manager. If you don't already have one, you can just click create new, and you can just set it up right here, and you just follow the steps. It's extremely simple. It takes like 2 minutes and you're good to go. I'm not going to do it right now because all my ad accounts are already connected to certain stores, so I don't want to waste time creating a brand new one and everything, but it's extremely simple. Just follow the steps and you'll be set up in a few minutes. All right, so once you have TikTok installed, the next app we want to have is Zendrop. It's going to ask us to install the app right here as well, so let's click install, and now it's going to ask us to set up a password. So I'm just going to set up a password real quick. We'll agree to the terms and we'll click sign up, and here we are inside of Zendrop. So Zendrop is what's going to allow us to connect Shopify to our supplier, and every time we get an order, we're going to be able to fulfill the order straight to Zendrop. So the first thing we want to do is we want to search for the product that we want to import. So the one I chose is the turtle backpack. Here it is, and we're going to click on it, and here we can see the prices, we can see the shipping cost, and we can see the average shipping time, which in this case is 13 days, which is really good. And as we can see, it's actually cheaper than the AliExpress listing, plus we have faster shipping time as well. So we're going to click on add to import list, then we're going to click on my products right here, and then we're going to click review and publish right here, and here we can choose the title we want. So let's just leave it as it is. For the description, we'll leave it as it is for now. We'll edit that later. And then here you can choose the variants. Now, personally, for this product, I wouldn't be selling the huge ones. So I'll only be selling the ones that are like up to 80 centimeters. And then everything else we're just going to turn off. So let's click publish to my store. And that's going to take a few seconds. And it's going to be live in our store in a minute. And now it says linked. So when we click that, it's going to take us to our Shopify. And it's going to take us straight to the product listing. And this is where we can kind of play around with it a bit more. And we can optimize it as much as we want to. So we can change the title to, for example, turtle shell backpack pillow. If you want to, you can come up with a more branded sounding name, but this is fine for now. Now, instead of writing our description ourselves, we're just going to copy it from our competitor and we're just going to paste it into our description. So we'll click here and then we'll just copy and paste it right here and we're good to go. Or you want to go to ChatGPT or any other sort of paraphrasing tool and just have it reword the sentences just so they become original content and you're not stealing from anyone else. But for the sake of the video, I'm not going to waste time doing that. That would literally be you just going through this and just changing the order of the words or just slightly adding in new ones, or again, just having ChatGPT or something like that reword it for you. If the product starts selling well, then we can put in more effort and more time into optimizing the description. Do not waste days and days optimizing the description before testing the product, because the product just might end up not working and you just wasted like 5 days trying to optimize the description. Believe me, the description does make a big difference, but it's nowhere near as big as you think. If the product is good, it's going to sell anyways, whether you have a perfect description or not. So don't waste days on it. Spend like an hour or two max. Try to spend a few minutes on it. If you really want to put in some effort into it, spend like 1 to 2 hours max, and that's it. Do not spend way too much time on the description. All right, so if we click view, it's going to take us to our store and we can see what the product looks like on our store. And as you can see, the store looks horrible right now. We don't have anything on it. So right now we're going to go ahead and try to make the store look better. So let's go ahead and do that. So to do that, we're going to go into online store right here. It's going to ask us to select the theme right here. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to go for the Dawn theme and we're going to click customize. And this is what the store is looking like right now. So pretty bad. The first thing we want to change is the banner. So let's click on explore free images right here. And we were looking for something very generic. So some sort of like nature picture is good. We can do something like this. If you want to have it match the product you're selling, you can also do that. But do not overthink it that much, because most people are not going to be visiting your homepage. So you don't have to have anything crazy. In the announcement bar at the top, we're going to change it from welcome to our store to 50% off, sale ends today. And we're going to click save. Then here we're going to change this featured products thing. We're going to delete that. We're going to click add section and we're going to go for featured product instead. And then here on the right, we're going to click select product and we're just going to choose the product we have and we're going to click save or select and then save. And now our homepage has this banner image right here and then just the product down below, which although is extremely simple, it's good enough and you don't need anything better than this for testing. Now we're going to go into the settings right here and we're going to upload the logo. So you want to click select image right here and then click add images. And I'm just going to upload the logo that I made beforehand. You don't need to have anything fancy. This isn't a logo tutorial, so I'm not going to be going into that, but basically just find a decent looking font. This one is called League Spartan and I just wrote the name of the store and that's it. That's the logo. You don't need to have anything fancy. That's good enough. Also, as you can see, the store name is extremely general. So this store can be selling any product out there and you wouldn't know, which is going to allow us to keep changing our products in case this one doesn't work. We're not going to have to set up a brand new store. We're just going to switch the product and just test that one out. If the second one doesn't work, we just switch it and we just keep going until we find a winner. Once we find a winner, that's when we want to make a one product store for it. But for now, we're just going to be testing on this general store and that's going to help you save a lot of time. So I highly recommend testing on general stores. And then once something starts working, setting up a one product store and that's it. So now that we uploaded the logo, we're going to click save. Here we can play around with the colors and everything like that, but the colors are pretty good. It's mainly black and white, so we don't really need to have anything other than that. You can also play around with the fonts. If you want to, you can make them slightly bigger, or you can just change them altogether to a completely different fonts, but do not overthink any of this. It's not as important as you think. The buttons as well. You can play around with all this and just kind of see what looks best for you, but the basic settings are pretty good, so we don't really have to do much. And in terms of the design for the homepage, this is basically all we're going for. So now we're going to click here and we're going to switch it to the product page, and here we just want to make some slight adjustments as well. So we're going to hide the share button. Not that it matters much, but it's just better not to have it because no one's ever going to share anything, so we're just kind of wasting real estate there.
It's free real estate.
We're also going to hide the text at the top. We're also going to click on buy buttons right here. And I prefer turning off the dynamic checkout buttons. Some people like turning it on. And you can also turn off this other one as well. It doesn't really make any difference because we're not going to be using gift cards in our store. But yeah, turn these two off and click save. And for the most part, we're pretty much done with the product page. The variant picker as well. You can choose between it being a drop down or pills. It depends on the product, honestly. I prefer the drop down in most cases, but pills are also fine. It just depends on kind of what you prefer and what looks better for the product. So in this case, I prefer the pills, honestly. They look a lot better, but the drop down is a bit more effective because they can just choose between the color and the size. So we'll leave it like that, and we're gonna go back. And that's pretty much it for the design of the store. We don't need anything more complicated than that. This is good enough. Let's go back into the settings and let's go over to apps once again. Let's go over to the Shopify App Store. And now we're gonna look for a sticky add to cart button. This is something you wanna have in your store because it really helps increase your conversion rate. So there's no specific app you wanna go for. Any one of them is fine. Let's go for this one. Just because it's free, it doesn't really matter which one you use. We're just gonna go for this one. So let's click on install app. And then here you wanna click on enable it. It's gonna take us straight into the Shopify editor once again. And then here you're just gonna click on this and just click save. And now this app is available on our store. Then you want to go back, go into the settings and just play around with the settings. So there's no specific ones, but I usually prefer doing like 10% here. Bottom, desktop and mobile. Don't show product image, show product name, show variants, show price, show compare ad price, show quantity, small. You can have a shake or no shake, just depends on you, both are fine. And then you want to play around with the colors. So for the bar color, let's do white. For the bar text color, let's do black. Button color, we're gonna do black, and then button text color, we're gonna do white. And we're just gonna click save. And now if we open up our store and we open up the product page for this product, when we scroll down a little bit, it's gonna come up right here, and this is what it looks like. So basically it's gonna follow our customers when they're scrolling, and they're gonna have a constant reminder to add the product to their cart, which, believe it or not, massively increases the conversion rate on your store. So an app like this is a must-have, and yeah, it's a very simple thing to set up. It literally took me like 2 minutes, but it makes a massive difference. All right, so in terms of the apps, this is basically all you need when you're getting started. So let's go into Zendrop real quick, and let me just show you guys some other features that it has that you guys might find useful. So Zendrop is a free app, but they do have a paid plan, and it allows you to get a lot of different tools as well. So for example, if you go into branding, which I don't have on this account, but you can have your own custom gift cards with your logo and everything for each order. So that's a really cool feature that can make your brand stand out and make it look like your legitimate brand. They also have a trendy product section, which can also help you find more products. And the good thing about them is they're a supplier, so they have the data on which products they're selling. You can also import products straight from AliExpress, or you can choose to import straight from their products. And in case they don't have a product, you can also post a sourcing request for them, and they can source basically any product, and they'll give you the prices and the shipping times. So, and that is, Zendrop actually has a free store building feature. So I partnered up with Zendrop, and they gave me a link to give you guys this incredible deal. So I'll leave a link to this page in the description. So if you guys want to check it out, go there. Basically, Zendrop has a 51% discount, where if you sign up through the link below, you're going to get more than half off on their Plus plan, and you're also going to get $200 in order credit. So basically, any orders you get, you're going to have a free $200 to spend on your supplier costs, and you're going to get all of the benefits from the Plus plan as well. And one more thing, Zendrop also has a feature where they build stores for you for free. I purposely left that for the end because I want you guys to go through the process of setting up your own store if you're a beginner, because if you've never done that, it's going to be super confusing when you go into a store that someone else set up. But since you watched all the way through here, you should now be familiar with how the whole Shopify thing works. So you can literally sign up to Zendrop and just have them make a store for you for free, and then you can make some changes to that store if you want to. If not, just run it as it is and you're good to go. All right, now we're basically done with the whole store setup. So now we know how to find the product. We found the product, we set up a store for it, and now the next thing we need are ads. So let's go over to that. Depending on the platform you guys are going to use to advertise your product, you're going to need different types of ads. Now, if you have some prior experience with making good ad creatives and social media content, you can make your ads yourself. But if you don't know how to make ads, or you don't have time to make ads, it's much better to outsource it. And since I don't want to make this video like 5 hours long, I can't fit like a tutorial on making your own ads into it. So for the ad creation, I'm just going to recommend you guys to use a service like Virally Come Ads, which basically has all sorts of ads that you might need, and you just pay them. They make them for you within like 1 to 3 days, and you're good to go. You don't need to have any experience, and you don't need to waste your time. You just pay them and they do all the work for you. They have anything from video ads to image ads to UGC ads. UGC ads are user generated content ads, which would basically be them filming an ad for you. There's animation ads, and they also have a VIP member section. So for the most part, what you guys are going to be using is the video ad section. So we're going to be going to video ad packages. We're going to be going for the TikTok split testing package. And here you guys just want to place an order. You're going to get one video with 3 different scroll stoppers. The scroll stopper is basically the first 3 seconds of the video. So you're going to get the whole video is going to be basically the same, but the first 3 seconds are going to be different on each one. And the first 3 seconds of the video are the most important part. So having multiple ones is going to increase your success rate per product massively. So basically you just want to come in here order it, fill in your information for the product, and that's it. They'll take care of everything else. This package costs $50, but if you go to VIP members right here, they have an option where you can pay $50 a month and you become a VIP member, and that gives you 75% off all packages, and you get 24-hour delivery and a bunch of other things as well. So this is basically a no-brainer offer. You're gonna save so much money, because if you're doing anything more than one product test a month, which you should be doing like one product test a day, you're gonna be saving like $40 per product almost. So literally 2 products and you're massively in the green with this. So I highly recommend you get the VIP membership, and that's pretty much it. So I use Varley ads all the time. They also have image ads as well. So if you're testing Facebook ads, it's really good to test image ads as well. They perform really well, especially for certain products where there isn't much explaining necessary. So this is a great option as well. If you watch any of my challenge videos, you'll also notice that I use them there as well. And the ads they make are really high quality. I'll find some to put on the screen just so you guys have an example. But yeah, this is a paid option, but it's much better than you as a beginner trying to make ads yourself and just making horrible looking ads. And if you're busy and you just don't have the time to make them yourself, then this is a perfect option for you. So that's pretty much it for the ads. So I'll leave a link for Varley commands in the description as well. And if you're ordering anything from them, you can use code Marco15 to save 15% off. And now that we went over how dropshipping works, we went over the product research, we set up a store, we went over how to get the ads. So the last thing that's left is launching the ads. So let's go into TikTok ads and let's launch a campaign. All right, so here we are in the TikTok ads manager. And if you guys don't have a TikTok ads manager already, if you're from the US or any like country where it's available, it's extremely easy. You just go to business.tiktok.com and you just sign up to it and you just follow the process and you'll have an account in a few minutes. If you guys live in a country where TikTok ads are not available, or let's say you live in Europe but you want to target the US, you can either use a VPN and your US company details to register an account. You can get an agency ad account, or you can also go to Fiverr and just find someone to set an account up for you. I think for most of you, the Fiverr option is going to be the best, and you literally just go to Fiverr, and what you do is you literally just go to Fiverr. I'll probably leave a link for that in the description as well, but you basically come in here and you type in TikTok ad account creation, and you basically find any one of these. Like, as long as they have good reviews, you're good to go. So this listing, for example, they'll create a TikTok ad account plus the pixels plus 2 campaigns, and it's like 30 euros. This is pretty expensive, but this guy, for example, right here is only 5 euros. This is literally all you need. You're going to get a TikTok ads manager account plus business center account in the UK, US, or Canada. So you just come in here and you just place an order, and it will take him like 24 hours, and that's it. You'll have an account. All right, so now that you have an account, the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to go to campaign and you want to click create. Then here you want to click on website conversions. You never want to click anything else, because the only thing we're really going for are website conversions. Anything else is just a waste of money. So click on that, then scroll down, and here where it says campaign name, you just want to name it the product name. So in this case, it'll be the turtle backpack pillow. There we go. And you want to leave all of this as it is, and you want to click continue. Now here for the ad group name, you can just name it ad group 1, for example. Under optimization location, now under here you want to click on TikTok pixel, and you want to select the pixel that you set up on your Shopify store. Then under optimization event, you want to go for complete payment. So here it is. Then you want to scroll down for the placements, click select placement, turn off global app bundle, turn off Pangle, turn off the search results as well. Go to advanced settings and then turn off user comment. Click turn off, and turn off video downloads. And what this is basically going to do is it's not going to allow anyone to comment on your videos, which is a good thing, because sometimes they can just comment that people can get this on Amazon and you can just miss out on a lot of sales that way. So this way we're preventing any spam comments, and turning off video downloads makes it harder for your competitors to steal your ads. So that's why we're turning those 2 off. And then video sharing we want to leave on, because it just enables our potential customers to share the video between each other and maybe get us some other customers as well. So that's it for that. Then you want to scroll down. For the locations here, you want to do either US or UK, Canada, depending on which country you want to target. It's totally up to you, but for most of you, you're probably going to be targeting the US. So just leave it like that. Now the gender here, this depends on the product you're selling. If you're selling an all female product, then you want to target females. If you're selling an all male product, target males. But for anything else, you want to target all, because you never know who's going to be buying it. As long as the product is not super gender specific, you want to leave it as all. For the ages, you can either leave it as all or just select 18 and up. Either way is fine. It doesn't make any major difference, but yeah, I'll just leave it as all for now. Languages, household income, and all of this, you basically skip. You don't need to touch any of this. Now for the budget here, we're going to do $20 a day. And then here for the schedule, you always want to schedule it for the next day. So let's say the 27th at 00. scroll the way up, 0, 0, click OK, click OK, and we're good to go. Then under day parting, this is optional. You don't have to do this, but it does help. So you can go to select specific time, and depending on the time zone of your ad account and the time zone of the country you're targeting, you want to keep those two in mind because what we're doing right here is we're making our ads only run during specific times of the day. So when people are sleeping, we're not wasting any money. So basically what I prefer doing most of the time is just doing it from 0, 0 all the way to 2 a.m. and then anywhere from like 9 a.m., 10 a.m. or whatever. It can even be 6 a.m. doesn't really matter, and all the way to the end of the day. So basically our ads are only going to be running during these like red periods right here, and in these white periods we're just not going to be spending any money on ads. So basically from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. while people are sleeping, we're not going to be spending any money, and that's pretty much it for that. So now we scroll down here, we keep everything as it is, and we click on next, and now we're on the ad levels. So here you want to X out of this, and you want to name the ad 1. Then you want to scroll down and you want to upload the video ads. So the ads you got from virally commands, you just upload those. I just got some sample videos that I downloaded from TikTok, but you'd be uploading the creatives you actually got from virally commands. So here they are. This is the first one. For the text, you want to do something extremely simple. Just do something like get it now at 50% off. So just do something extremely simple like get it now or available now. It really doesn't matter. People don't really pay too much attention to this. The video ad itself is what really drives the conversions. So we're going to keep it extremely simple, just available now. For the call to action text, we're going to click on this. We're going to click edit, and we're going to do standard, and it's going to automatically be shop now. So that's what we want. Then for the URL, this is where you want to put the link to your product page. So basically you want to go to your store, you want to open up the product page, and then you want to copy the link from here and then just paste it in right here. All right, so we're done uploading one ad. What you want to do now is you want to come in here, click this button right here. It's just going to duplicate it, and then we're going to have two different ads. We're going to rename this to ad 2, and then here we're going to click on update, and we're just going to upload another ad, and now the other ad is uploading. Basically once that's done, we're going to have two different ads that have pretty much the exact same setup. It's just the video is different. So you want to repeat this process for as many ads as you have. Most of the time we're going to have 3 ads, so you'll just do one more, but I only have 2 ready for now. That's pretty much it for the ad setup. So now we click submit, and click submit once again, and now our ads are live. So let's go back to the campaign, and here we are inside of the campaign. So we only have one ad group now at $20 a day. So the next thing you want to do is you want to click copy, and you want to keep everything as it is, except increase the number of copies to 2, delete all this, and just name them ad group 2 and ad group 3. Click copy. You can scroll through them just to make sure that everything looks the same and that there's nothing that's different. Most of the time the scheduling is also going to be messed up, so now you have to like redo the scheduling. So let's just do 0, 0. And apart from that, pretty much everything else is always the same. So click continue to ads, and here you want to click publish, and we are good to go. Now our ads are in review. Within a couple of minutes to a couple of hours, they're gonna pass the review, and once that's done, they're basically live and they're running. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the ad setup. You always want to do the exact same setup for every product you test. The only thing that's going to be different from product to product is the performance of the ads. So the setup is always the same, but the performance always changes. All right, so now that we launched the ads, let's go over the TikTok testing strategy. So basically, as you guys saw, we set up one campaign. We had 3 different ad groups. It's fine to have anywhere from 3 to 5, and you want to have 3 or more ads in each ad group. So in this case, we had 2. Most of the time, you're just going to have 3. So those are all the metrics you're going for. So that's basically the initial setup we're going for. We're doing $20 per day per ad group. 3 ad groups or 5 ad groups, that's anywhere from $60 to $100 a day. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the setup. But now, how do you actually determine whether a product is doing well or not? So in most cases, most of the products you test, you don't want to make any decisions before spending at least $20 in total. So let's say your campaign spends $60 a day. You want to check your ads every couple of hours. And once your campaign has spent a total of $20, you want to take a look at the metrics, and based on the metrics, you want to make certain decisions. Once your whole campaign has spent around $20, you want to take a look at your cost per click or the CPC. And if you see your CPC is over $1, very often it's best to just cut the campaign. Now, this kind of depends. If your CPC is like $1.05, then I definitely wouldn't cut the campaign. But if your CPC is like $2 or $5 or something insane like that, there is no reason why you want to keep running the product. It's clearly not performing. There is no way you're going to make it work with a $2 cost per click. So if the cost per click is like over $1.50, in most cases, you just want to cut the campaign and just move on to testing a different product. If the cost per click is less than $1, then you want to let the campaign run for 24 to 48 hours. And now you want to focus on the sales. So if you can see you're getting consistent sales, you're being profitable, then you want to keep letting it run, and you want to start duplicating the good ad sets, and you want to start turning off the bad ones that are not performing well. And each time you turn off a bad ad set, make sure to add a new one to replace it. And each time you find a good ad set that's performing well, you can make a few copies of it, or you can just increase the budget on it directly by 50% or by 100% and just see how it does. But each time you increase the budget, make sure you're monitoring it to see if the performance is is dropping off. And if it's dropping off, then you want to lower the budget back down to what it was. And yeah, now we would go into scaling, but that's a lot more complex, and that's kind of a topic for a different video. But this right here is all you need to know to run your products for at least a week or two. So just keep it very simple. Try to spend as little as possible per product test. Don't spend way too much money trying to make a product work when the product itself is. The main thing you want to focus on is just testing as many products as possible and just not wasting time on the ones that are not going to work. And there you have it. So with everything that you just learned, set up the product page, get the ads, launch the ads, and do a little bit of scaling of the product as well. Now it's up to you to put in everything we just talked about into practice. I know it seems very simple, but that's literally all there is to it. You just have to be willing to put in the work. 99% of people are going to watch this video and never take any action on it. If you just take that extra step and you just apply everything you learned in this video and you just start testing products regularly, there is no way you don't succeed in 2024. Just be ready to test a lot of products and be ready to learn something from every single test you do. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at ecommarco. You'll have the links for everything I talked about in the description, so check out the description if you need any of that. If you want to have my one-on-one help when it comes to dropshipping, you can sign up for my one-on-one mentoring in the description. And in case you're a good fit, we might end up working together. So if you want to do that, fill out the form in the description as well. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys learned something, and now it's time for you to put it into practice. So start working as soon as possible. Start working today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.